is a classic sign that would indicate the presence of a pneumothorax on a chest radiograph. All right, so terminology is again the key here, and that's such an important part of the examination. You need to know what all the words mean and what they're related to, how they're associated with other things to make the connections that you're going to need to make. So terminology is the real focus here. So it's a straightforward question. What's going to be associated with a pneumothorax? So you come down to the options. Option A says an air bronchogram. When you see that, your brain should say pneumonia. Air bronchogram. What that means is the small airways are filling up with fluid. That's the pneumonia. That leaves the large airways full of air, and so they will stick out in contrast to the small airways full of fluid surrounding it. So they call that an air bronchogram. Remember, a bronchogram is injecting a radio-opaque dye into the airways. So when you take an x-ray, it makes each of your airways stick out so you can see exactly where all the branches are and what's going on. We use that to try to identify bronchiectasis. But an air bronchogram simply means the bronchus are sticking out because they contain air, while everything else around them is full of fluid. And so that would be pneumonia. So we associate air bronchogram with pneumonia. Curly bee lines you should associate with pulmonary edema. That's just a straightforward connection that you should make. And the same is true for answer C, butterfly or bat wing appearance. That means the lungs appear in a butterfly pattern, like the wings of a butterfly going out or bat wings going out, meaning you have a bilateral diffuse infiltrate. Bilateral, both sides, diffuse all over the place, and infiltrate, meaning there's something going on in there. That's not good. And so we call that a butterfly appearance or a bat wing appearance. So that's associated with pulmonary edema right along with curly bee lines. So if you knew those associations of A, B, and C and can eliminate them, then by default you have found the answer, and that's letter D. A deep sulcus sign is a classic radiographic finding that we see with a pneumothorax. But if you didn't know that, you could